Yes, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. How many people here love to change? No, stop lying to yourself, please. Nobody likes to change. Why? Because everybody likes to be in their comfort zone. I want to do what I like to do. It's comfortable. That's why it's called the comfort zone. But change, as we heard earlier, is inevitable. And if you don't change, life will skip past you, and you'll still be stuck in the past. So to learn how to cope with change, I'm going to offer you a 5-step program. Everybody, can you raise your hand, please? Everyone. How many fingers do you have? 5. And this step program is using your 5 fingers to remember the program. The first finger is your thumb. If I ask Mr. Nasser, how are you today? I'm good. Or, I'm not so good. Thumb represents status, your status right now. To be able to cope with change, you should understand where are you right now. They always say, look at the glass half full. But sometimes maybe you should look at the glass half empty. We always dread changes, but if we know where we are now and the things that we are lacking, then maybe change is not really a bad idea. And we'll be more motivated to adopt this change. The second finger is your index finger. Focus. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're driving down the highway and a camel crosses the street, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? At the camel. Your whole focus is on the camel. But the camel is already in the street. There's nothing that you can do about the camel. However, you have your steering wheels. You have your brakes. These are the things that's under your control. So to be able to cope with change, you should shift our focus on what's happening to us and what we can do about it. And yes, the world is changing rapidly, but what can we do to keep up with it? So try to shift your focus from what's happening outside to what do I have? What is my talents? And we always fail to understand what is our talents. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a guy on his 30th birthday, sat on a table, sad and depressed. And his wife asked, "Sweetie, what's wrong?" And he said, "I'm 30 years old, and I've done nothing with my life." How many of you have felt that way? Like your life is half over and you have nothing to be like remembered for. His wife said, "You know what? It's never too late." They got their life saving and they started a business and he worked on it so hard for a year. And a year later, he failed. He sat on the same table, sad and depressed. "I'm 31 years old and I'm broke and I got nothing to show for my life." And his wife said, "Still, it's not too late." They got a loan and he started a second business and he worked even harder on that. And a year later, he failed. He sat on the same table again, sad and depressed. "I'm 32 years old. I'm broke. I'm in debt. And I got nothing to show for my life." And his wife asked him the question that he should have asked himself a long time ago. What is your talents? What do we have? Everybody has a talent. Everybody is unique. She said, "What are you good at? What have you learned from these 2 failed attempts?" He said, "I'm a good speaker. I'm a good negotiator. And I love to help people." So they figured out maybe he could be a lawyer. He doesn't have any money. He got the books. He studied at home. He entered the bar exam and he passed. Now he's a lawyer. Life is beautiful again. But somehow they convinced him that maybe he should enter politics. He ran for the Speaker of the House and he won. Years later, they came up with a crazy idea. Maybe he should run for the President of the United States. He ran for the President of the United States and he won. And he didn't just win, ladies and gentlemen. He became one of the most influential people in history. That was Abraham Lincoln. So the next time you think, my life is a waste, I don't have anything to offer, remember, in his 30th birthday, Mr. Lincoln thought his life was a waste. Third finger is the middle finger. Represents meaning. Why? Because it has a lot of meaning. What do I mean by meaning? Every time a change comes your way, what does it mean for you? What is the end? We always look at the obstacles, and we never look at the final picture. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to change. But have you ever stopped and wondered what's going to happen in life alone? They always say behind every successful man is, and behind every successful woman is an annoying man. Nobody makes it in life on their own. And by relationship, I mean your family, your friends, your team as a leader have to be all on board. Nobody can do it alone. And if you think, I'm strong enough, I can do it alone. No, you're not. Ask any of these successful people, has any of you made it alone? Nobody. The last finger is the smallest finger. But can you write without this finger? Try, you can. This represents strategy. And what do I mean by strategy? We always, when we are hit by a big change in our corporation or even in our personal life, we're thinking, what is the big step? What is the thing that I need to do right now? That big step that I need to take. And maybe we shouldn't look at a big step. We should do the smallest change that has the highest impact. Smallest change that has the highest impact. Ladies and gentlemen, why do we want to change? If you understand why, everything will happen. When President Clinton became president, his second day in office, he was walking in the White House yard. He's checking the house. It's his house. And he noticed at the end of the yard there was a room with a soldier standing in front of it, 24/7. So he walked up to the soldier and, hi, sir. Hello, son. What's in the room? And the soldier said, I don't know, sir. And Mr. Clinton said, can I go in and look? I'm sorry, sir, you're not allowed here. I'm the President of the United States, the most powerful man on earth. I know. I have clear instructions that you're not allowed in that room. Why? I don't know. Mr. Clinton walked back to his chief of staff and he said, do you know there's a room at the end of the yard of the back of the White House? Yes, sir. And do you know there's a soldier standing there 24/7? Yes, sir. And do you know that I'm not allowed in that room? Yes, sir. Why? I don't know. You're my chief of staff. How do you not know? Sir, that soldier has been there for years. And we never asked why. So he gathered historians and he tried to find out when did that post start. And he found out back when Eisenhower was president, he decided one day that he wanted to repaint the White House. And he had some collectibles in that room. He got them at the White House. He asked his staff to paint the White House with the walls and the rooms and everything. Mr. Eisenhower used to have some naughty kids. They used to walk into that room and mess the painting and mess their clothes. They came home, he got pissed. He said, go and paint that room again. They did. And still his kids walked in, messed the paints, and messed themselves. He got so furious, he said, paint that room again and put a soldier in front of it. And nobody is allowed into that room. If the president himself comes, he's not allowed into that room. Is that clear? Yes, sir, sure. And they did. And he forgot about the room. And he left the presidency, and so many other presidents came after him, and that soldier is still standing up there. Doesn't even know why he's standing in there. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, every change should be a bright future for you. There is a study that says the resources on this earth is enough for 1 billion people to have a standard living. And yet we have 8 billion. If they decided tomorrow that they're going to kill 7 billion people, the question I pose for you is, do you have what it takes to be among the 1 billion? Because if you're not, then you're just living an ordinary life. And I'm sorry, but you're not supposed to live an ordinary life. You're not supposed to be a person who wakes up, goes to work, come home and sleep. Every single day of your life, you should do something new, something that will contribute to the betterment of yourself. And everything you do in life, you do it with a reason. And if somebody asks you why you're doing what you're doing, your answer better not be, I don't know. Thank you for listening.